Oh, sorry, God.
Yeah.
Told you I had the mouse and nobody wanted to go Russian. What you guys don't understand. Now you have to take off almost full health mouse also.
Hello everybody. As I open up this app, obviously, we are going to do a deck builder workshop today, which I'm going to explain the uses and purposes of every kind of card in Yu-Gi-Oh! From monster, spell, trap, their purposes, their uses, and even the point of using the cards and how they play in consistency with how you want to build your deck. After that, I will give you the option. Sorry about I have siblings in the house, sorry about that. But I'm going to build it so that way you guys can see exactly how the deck builders workshop is going to work. So after we're done with the basic explanation of how each card is going to work, you're going to get to understand how we're going to conduct things after that. You are going to get a chance to post something in the chat of a Discord server that is on my main YouTube page description. You go to that chat, and I'll place in the dual links in the description of the chat in a minute. If you go to that page, you can use that to type in the deck inspection chat channel and post a deck. If you do so, you'll be able to describe yourself as what kind of deck you're wanting to build and be able to build it to be post your image of your deck and type exactly what I'm going to explain what needs to be typed. Explain what the purpose of the deck is and the other key points in building a deck. So as we do this, I'm going to build a deck right in front of you, and I'm going to get your opinion on what you think it should look like, what you think of the whole deck building process in your opinion, and mostly what deck builders usually look at. First thing you need to look at is how monsters, spells, and traps work. So monsters, spells, and traps, there are three things for each category. There are three different, for each monster, spells, and traps, there are three different uses for each kind of card. Monsters, start with those, as I've pulled up already. So I'm going to build a Red Eyes Black Dragon Gemini, basically, is what I'm going to build. The deck you're going to build has Red Eyes Black Dragon Gemini is basically all dragons, but what you want to know is what are the purpose of every monster you're going to be running. The monsters of the deck will have three purposes. You have offense, defense, and utility. You might be wondering, offense and defense, isn't that the same as attack and defense stats? Somewhat, but no, that's not all there is to it. Attack and defense stat includes things such as, let's see, I can explain it like this. Attack and defense stat includes things like attack and defense is obvious, so the offense and defensive nature of a card also includes things like offense such as overwhelming the pace up to the point where you need it to be on your level, and defense, slowing the pace to force it down to a pace where you can leisurely play it to how you want to play it and win the game at your own pace. So that's where you get those. Utility splits into a gray area kind of thing. It's basically what you're going to do to help the other two categories in a way, sort of a gray kind of category. So I'm going to show you how this works. For example, Vanguard of the Dragon plays as two areas. More is the first. It's more offense than anything. But it can also play as a utility offense. So, I'm going to show you this. You play Vanguard of the Dragon, you play usually 2 or 3 of them, depending on how many you got. play all your Red Eyes. One Red Eyes Wyvern, if you can get it. You play Red Eyes Geminis. Two of this guy. Okay. These guys are utility slash... These guys are really just a utility. He's level 6 Gemini. Really good. His effect is defensive utility. He's a defensive utility. He keeps your Red Eyes from being destroyed by battle or card effects. He's literally the defensive utility. Here's where I have to get into defensive and offensive utility. Defensive and offensive utilities, usually things that will help but not do the job of the defense and offense. So like I was saying, offense is picking up the pace to where you can aggro your way to victory. So things like giving all your monsters piercing with Uminotaurus or Dragon's Rage kind of trap card example, or Uminotaurus for a monster example. Or for defense would be a good example of this would be things like, let me find a good one of that. That's one for dragons. I have a good example for plants even. I can give you. Find it real quick. Right here. This is a great example of a monster that has a defensive utility property. Other plant type monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. Back to the deck we're building though. There's Magnum bomb. Back to the deck. So the deck you build, you usually play at least one Black Dragon's Chick. 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon. 1, 2, 3. In this build we're going to be playing 2. This is 3 is a little clunky. Clunky. Basically it's a little crowded. 2 Totem Dragon for the plays. Play 1 to 2 Darkstorm Dragon. You have an option for one more card or not. You can build however you want. This deck is going to play like this. These are your options. You have offense slash offensive utility. Red Eyes Wyvern will be your basically an offensive utility altogether, just like the other one. Darkstorm Dragon is a big offense card. Same with Red Eyes Black Dragon. The next 3 are utility, defense, and offense. Utility defense for Meteor Dragon, Red Eyes Impacts is a great defense utility. Totem Dragon is an offense utility. You use it to get to that goal quickly, but you don't use it to be the goal. It's not the goal itself; it's used to get there. Black Dragon's Chick is the same thing as Totem Dragon. It's an offense utility. And for a good example, for the last card, we're probably going to play Exploding Dragon. Okay. Put out, I'm in the middle zone. Run 3 Supervise.
Hold on a minute. If you're so bad, I want you to put her in the first.
Three Supervise. You run 1 card to the red stone. And stop complaining. Okay. Okay. Along with that, usually you'll play these. You also play things such as, you play those, you'll play 3 Supervise, 1 card to the red stone. Play those for that. You play. Let me find it. You'll play those, you'll play that, and you'll play a card called Stamina Destruction if you have it. These are examples of cards you'll play in this deck simply because they're played for this deck to play this. Super Revise is a card that's obviously going to be an offensive utility for the deck in spell card wise. And now is here where I get into this how spell cards and trap cards work as a category of spell and traps. Spell cards and trap cards have 3 different categories of activity. Okay.
Why did you say something? It's not right over there.
Okay, so supervise has 3 different categories. Stamina destruction is, for example, a defensive utility / offensive utility, depending on how you use it. Cards of Redstone is a resource card. Draws and resources is counted as the 3rd category, offensive / utility for offensive, defensive / defensive utility, and cards of Redstone to be utility. And 2 chain rings again. And 1 mirror wall will be your last card. 1 mirror wall. Usually run a Soul Resurrection. And that'll be your deck build for now. The skill you want to play is based on how you want to play a deck. This deck, I am playing a Roll and Boost or Last Gamble play. I'll probably be playing Last Gamble, because you want to play out of the graveyard. So you play Last Gamble, and you just save the deck. That's all there is to it. Now I see you have a comment, so I'm going to go ahead and check to see what it says. Shut up, Cordell. You have no right to tell me what to do. Let's see what this says. So thank you. Well, I'm not listening to you because you didn't want to help. I had a comment. What does it say? Because I don't need to. It doesn't matter what you say. Because I can. Then you can stay out of it. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Okay, back to this. Is the mic even working here? What do you know? I'm not talking to you. I do have someone watching. Doesn't matter to you. Discord server. I don't have a way to watch the video without going back and forth, so I need my computer for that. My phone's dead, I said this. Shut up. Stop running. Is this working? The mic? Doesn't sound like it.
Watch.
On. Shut up, Ginger. No. Hang on.
Who are you talking to? Wait, what? What's a tire slash? Wait, her tire slash? What? Someone slashed Stephanie's tires. Probably the ex-boyfriend? What I just said. Wait, Stephanie's tires are slashed? Get the tires out. Playing because I can't accidentally. When? Last night.
Christian, stop blaming me. It's not my fault.
It is.
No, it isn't.
You're streaming on normal internet.
I am streaming with somebody in it. Thank you. There are people in it, so be quiet.
Pretty sure you would know if the tires were slashed. Yes, I will.
Get some of that. No, it wasn't. Okay. No, it wasn't. Okay.
You gotta soak the kebab sticks.
It was worse than that. It all got cleaned up. Like, as I put pressure on it, it goes up, but it doesn't hurt as much until I put pressure on it. But it stops bleeding. Stop crying! So I took Gracie out to take her upstairs to eat, and all Ginger did was sit there and cry, and cry, and cry. And then I let her out and she ran around trying to smell for the cat. Well, she was smelling the kennel to see if she was in there.
I told you, the dog is hungry.
I fed her.
How many times?
I put her bowl in the air.
Enough food? Because someone thinks you only feed a dog once a day.
Yeah, he goes, you're only supposed to feed a dog once.
It's because it's all we have food for.
So these are all going in the fridge, right? All the kebab stuff's in the fridge, right?
No, I said boil these. And
What's the beef?
the beef is for the kebabs.
For the fridge or for the freezer?
Fridge, we're gonna make those tonight.
That's why I put this one.
But we gotta marinate them, so they really need to get started.
I just
You're not listening.
Yes, I did hear you. I have to write an IEP. You want to do that?
Oh my
Do
God.
it. I'm telling you.
No, you said you wanted to.
It's only 2 o'clock.
IEP's gonna take me most of the day.
I'm talking about the beef. It's got to soak. This is just Bob.
What is there for lunch?
Hello?
I have a sandwich, grapes.
So when you like cooking?
I don't know. I'm finding out.
Ask for them.
I'm finding out.
There's all the food in there!
I'm waiting for them to respond.
Boys,
What?
where's my food?
I don't know.
Well, if they don't respond, then it's obviously not working.
Okay, it's why I'm waiting.
Here, you just buy these? No, I just pull them out. They gotta get soaked in water. That's the first thing they have to do. Did you already cut peppers? There's the 2 you can cut. These get cut. These and these are for kebabs.
I can make you
And
and
you
I a
can
smoothie.
you can
right
also
now.
cut a couple. You're not making a smoothie. I didn't buy the strawberry. It makes smoothie.
I didn't say I had to use strawberries.
There's your bananas. Here's our plums. Here's our nectarines.
I wasn't in it. I wasn't in it this morning, so don't look at me. It wasn't me. Didn't have cereal this morning. I did not. I didn't. I skipped breakfast. They asked me why the heck I was having a Hot Pocket for breakfast because it was lunchtime.